On the phone at 711. What's your name?
Cassie Singleton.
All right, hang on 1 second.
Do I need to get a read? Okay.
Casey Singleton?
Cassie, yes.
Yeah, so sorry.
All right.
No.
Miss Casey Singleton, I'm gonna put you in, and the check-in clerk will confirm your information. I have a court-appointed attorney for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I didn't think he would lie about that.
Because he didn't know, Judge, so he's on his way off.
I would hope he wouldn't lie, and I don't lie. Well, you do have kind of two birthdays, like you have a half birthday and now your real birthday. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I might have a stupid question, and just don't be angry with me. So the thing, so you think, you know, the thing that I said that says teaching influence system, modulator, whatever. Okay, is that little green light supposed to be on?
Hello?
Ms. Singleton, hang on. The check-in clerk will begin. There you go.
Okay.
People versus Singleton.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Gazicki on behalf of Ms. Singleton. She's going to plead guilty for arraignment. We waive reading, stay on mute. She's going to plead to allowing unlicensed person to drive her car and also double parking.
All right, Ms. Singleton, did anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to do anything today?
No, sir.
All righty. And you understand that you have certain constitutional rights. Among those rights is the right to have a trial by judge or by jury. At that trial, the prosecution would have to show beyond a reasonable doubt that if you were guilty or not. And you'd also have the right to call witnesses, cross-examine witnesses, be a witness for yourself, or in the alternative, remain silent, not have that silence used against you. Are you knowingly and voluntarily waiving those rights so that you can take advantage of the plea that they offered you today?
Yes, sir.
As for the plea that they offered you today, the no valid license would be dismissed, and in its place, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive the motor vehicle would be in its place. That's a misdemeanor punishable by 93 days in jail and or up to $500 in fines, but it's no points with the Secretary of State. As for the distracted driving, that would be dismissed, and in its place would be the no points civil infraction of double parking. You'd be pleading responsible to that. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
All right, as to the double parking, how do you plead, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All righty. I'll assess fines and costs of $165. As for the misdemeanor for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive your motor vehicle, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
On October 17th, 2023, did you have your motor vehicle in the city of Taylor?
Yes, sir.
Did you allow an unlicensed driver to drive your motor vehicle, including yourself?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Then I find there's a factual basis for accepting your plea. Mr. Gazicki, do you concur?
I concur, Your Honor.
On the misdemeanor, fine of $5, court cost of $5, state assessment and victims' rights assessment of $125, plus $165 on the double parking. It's a total of $300. I'll put you on a payment plan for $50 a month. And that's gonna start, we'll mail that out to you. So the first payment will be on the 26th of January.
Okay.
All right, ma'am. Have a happy new year.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, Mr. Martin, good morning, sir. Ms. Manarino, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All righty. This is case 231510OT. And today, date and time set for a settlement conference. Parties have an opportunity to discuss the matter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Mannering on behalf of the people. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to hear Mr. Martin's position on the issue while we were in the breakout room. He requested that I dismiss the case. The people are unwilling to do so and would ask that the court set this for a trial.
So. We've already had the motion to dismiss. Get the and this is the motion on the demand for the body cam footage. Is that correct, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, that's one of the things I recently filed amongst some others. Yep, go ahead.
All right, so this is there body cam footage, Ms. Manarino?
Your Honor, I believe there is, and if the court wants to enter a discovery order in this matter, I think that would allow Mr. Martin to have access to the video that he's taken.
All righty, so let me just make sure that there's cam. All right, so I will enter the order for discovery. And then Mr. Martin, you can request that from once you get a copy of the order, you can request that from the PD. Now, as far as the moving forward goes, because obviously Mr. Martin's going to need to watch the video to further whatever prepare for his case. So are we setting this for a jury trial, bench trial, or a settlement conference?
Not clear about what you said about the discovery. You just said something about I can get it from the PD after an order, so I'm not clear on what you're saying.
I can't tell you how to practice law, sir. So I can't tell you how to go about that. I'm going to enter an order for discovery.
Right.
And then you take your steps to get the discovery. All right.
I hear you. The order that I'd be given to it, if you're just going to tell me I can go to the records office and get it, that's not providing me with the information.
I'm not telling you how to do it, sir. I'm just telling you I'm entering an order whereby you'll be able to get the gather information that you need to for your case. So.
All right, we'll just see when it comes in, but like I said, you're just not being totally clear on what's that going to be or whatever, but so I can't possibly object to it now. If anything, I have to wait and see what your written order says, but okay. So,
all right. So we're going to set this up are we setting this for a bench trial, a jury trial?
if need to, well, first I'm object to, I don't think I can get a jury trial is won by one's peers, and I don't think that's going to be able to be obtained because I doubt if I can find a jury of my peers, which would be those that who acknowledge as one of the people, sovereign people. Mostly everyone's probably, if not every jury member would say.
That's not how it works, bud. I'm just telling you, it's not how it works. You have to get back on Google and Google whatever other story you want to come up with. Peers just means anybody who's over the age of 18 who lives here in the city of Taylor. That's your peers who are also registered voters. That's where the jury pool comes from. That's what the Constitution allows for. They don't have to be, when you say like-minded, that doesn't mean that they have to subscribe to some archaic form of the Constitution that isn't how it actually reads. And I'm a pure constitutionalist myself, so I get that. But That's not what that's absolutely not what it means. Not to mention, I can't tell people, I can't exclude people from a jury pool because they have a constitutional right to serve on the jury. And that would actually be violating their constitutional rights if I asked them whether or not they subscribe to some sort of sovereign citizen theory of the Constitution and then exclude them because of their beliefs. That's literally unconstitutional to do that. So what you're asking me to do is something unconstitutional. You will have a constitutional jury of your peers, as it has been declared by the United States Supreme Court of how that works. So are you requesting a jury trial or a bench trial? That's the simple question.
If I request a jury trial, would it be fraudulently presumed that I'm giving jurisdiction?
Say again?
If I say I want a jury trial, is that going to be fraudulently assumed by you that you have jurisdiction over me?
First off, I already established that I have jurisdiction over you. You committed a crime in the city of Taylor. I have jurisdiction over you. Court does. So we already discussed that part. You can order the transcripts from that first time when we already went through jurisdiction. If you didn't understand it from there, you can always order the transcripts and reread it. But clearly I already have jurisdiction. So, and I don't fraudulently assume anything. Everything I do is done because I was elected to be the judge here. I am sworn in as the judge here. I uphold the Constitution. Matter of fact, I keep a copy of my oath right here on the bench. Why? Because it means a lot to me. So there's nothing fraudulent about anything that I do, sir. I will tell you this: you will get a fair trial. That's for sure. That's why, because that's what the Constitution requires for everybody to get. And so if you're implying anything other than that, that's not going to happen. So again, jury trial or bench trial, I need to set it for one or the other, sir.
Well, I object to the truth that you're asserting. I don't agree that that's true what you said there. But
Sure.
if I'm going to force the hand, like I said, it's going to be a jury.
All right, so jury trial it is.
But I'm
So
going
I'll set that. Go ahead.
It's only through fraud and duress do I say that. So that's all I'm under here. Fraud and duress.
Okay. Well, first off, there's nobody. There is no fraud nor duress. You're sitting in your own home. You're on Zoom. There's nobody twisting your arm. No one's holding any weapon to you in order to necessitate a duress type of thing. And basically, I gave you a choice. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial? So it was up to you to pick, and you wanted a jury trial. There's nothing wrong with that. You have a constitutional right to set jury trial, and we'll make that happen. So again, nothing but due process and fairness happening here. So we're going to set this for a jury trial. And you'll be receiving notice in the mail when that will be.
Thank you,
I'll
Your Honor.
also be mailing out a copy of the scheduling order. Have a good day, sir.
I was going to say,
Happy
Thank you,
New
Your
Year's.
you just talk. You don't give a person a respond, and then you say how something ain't threatened arrest, but you don't.
But no, when I make a ruling on something, a ruling is literally there's no response to it. That's what the ruling is. So the ruling is I'm going to set it for a jury trial. Your motion for discovery is granted. I'm going to send out an order for the discovery, and there's really no other response needed other than Happy New Year. You'll get your date in the mail for the jury trial, and you'll get a copy of the order in the mail.
You know, that's clearly obviously unfair to say there's no response. That's saying what I say is that, and that's it. There's nothing to say about it. Obviously, you don't believe in the Constitution too much because you're not giving me my due process right to say what I have to say. Meaning,
Well, first off, listen. If you're just gonna needlessly jabber about things that have nothing to do with anything of the case, you've already won your motion. So I'm not really sure what more you need to make a record on. I literally said, hey, we're going to enter an order for discovery. You requested discovery by a motion, and I'm granting discovery. So there's really no more record to be made other than if you want to say something like, yay, I won, or something like that. But there's nothing more to add to that. If it's about the facts of the case, this is not the time or the place to talk about the facts of the case. That's what the whole point of a trial is for. And then you can prove your case to, you don't have to prove anything. The prosecution has to prove their case. You can present things or you can remain silent. You have the right to do that. You can be a witness for yourself. You can do that if you choose. So with regard to that, that's how we're going to proceed. And then, so we're going to send out again the jury trial notice in the mail, and you'll receive it at that point. In the meantime, stay safe, have a blessed day, and a happy New Year, sir.
Okay, well, I'm not done yet.
People versus Al Gonzales.
Morning, Your Honor, James Kazicki on behalf of the defendant. Waive reading, stand mute.
People are,
And,
I gotta pull them into the. They're all still in their breakout rooms.
Okay, I got I know what I did on them.
Oh, discovery order over there. I really wish Zoom would readily forward one breakout. So you can rename it, you can join it, you can't close it. As host. All right. Mr. Al Gonzales?
Yes, hello.
All right. I am entering a plea of not guilty on the original matters. I see that there's an agreement, a plea agreement whereby their prosecution is looking to dismiss the misdemeanor, and then you would be pleading responsible to the no points double parking civil infraction. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. As to the double parking, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Yes, responsible.
All right. I'll assess fines a cost of $165. Do you need time to pay that?
No, I could pay it right now.
All right. Have that paid within 30 days. All right. Instead of you didn't do a payment plan. So, so just as long as it's paid here at the court within 30 days, yeah, you're good to go. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
You've already talked to him, or you need to talk to him?
Yes, I have. I talked to those two. Harrison's
Okay.
a dismissal. I just have to be there on Footdrill.
All righty. I'm going to pull Footdrill out. Harrison, you said is a dismissal.
Yes, it is.
All righty. Oh, I have it right here. Okay. Crystal, how'd you? All right. Ms. Harrison,
Yes, sir.
good morning. This is Judge Slaven. There's a motion to dismiss the case against you. Do you have any objection?
None at all.
Case dismissed. Have a wonderful holiday.
You too.
People versus Footdrill.
Morning, Your Honor, James Kazicki on behalf of this Footdrill. Waive reading, stand mute. She's going to plead to allowing and double parking.
All righty. All right, Ms. Footdrill. Did anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to do anything today?
No.
All righty. You understand, you spoke with Mr. Kazicki about the facts of your case and about your constitutional rights. Is that correct?
Yes.
All righty. And when you spoke with him about your constitutional rights, you understand that you had the right to have a trial by judge or by jury. At that trial, it would be incumbent upon the prosecution to show that you were guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. At that trial, you could have called witnesses, cross-examined witnesses. You could have been a witness for yourself, or in the alternative, you could have remained silent, not have that silence used against you. Are you knowingly and voluntarily waiving those rights so that you can enter into the plea agreement that they offered you today?
Yes, sir.
Ready? You understand that the plea agreement, let's make sure you understand that the driving while license suspended misdemeanor would be dismissed, and you would be pleading to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive the motor vehicle, which is also a misdemeanor, punishable by 93 days in jail and up to $500 in fines, but it's no points with the Secretary of State. And the prohibited turn would be dismissed. In its place, you would be pleading responsible to the civil infraction, no points of double parking. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement?
Yes.
As to the double parking, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All righty. As for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive your motor vehicle on the 12th of October, 2023, did you have your motor vehicle, you and your motor vehicle in the city of Taylor?
Yes.
All righty. And did you allow an unlicensed driver, including yourself, to drive that motor vehicle?
Yes.
All righty. Then I find there's a factual basis for accepting your plea of guilty to that charge. Mr. Gazicki, do you concur?
Do, Your Honor.
Fine of $5, court cost of $5, state assessment $50, victim's rights assessment of $75, $165 on the double parking for a total of $300. I'll put you on a payment plan for $50 a month. The first payment will be on January the 26th, 2024. And they'll give you a month to get ready for that to kick in. In the meantime, have a good new year. We're going to mail out a copy of that payment plan to you. And just follow along with that.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Ms. Gregory will be with you in a moment.
Okay.
All right, this is People versus Gregory, case 232441. Ms. Gregory, you had the opportunity to speak with your court-appointed attorney, and I can see here by the notation that we're going to set this for a settlement conference. And then we'll proceed from there after the settlement conference. So you're going to be getting a new date in the mail, all right?
Yes.
All righty. No need for me to set a bond. We're going to go ahead and you appeared here today, so I'm just going to enter the plea of not guilty, and then you'll get a date for that settlement conference, and we'll see who all shows up. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a blessed New Year.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I can leave out, just push the sleeve?
Yep, you're good. Yep, you're good. All right, and People versus McKelvey?
Yes.
All right, Ms. McKelvey, looks like they are making a motion to dismiss the misdemeanor and that you would be pleading responsible to the civil infraction of double parking. Is that correct?
Yes.
All righty. And as to the double parking, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'll assess fines and costs of $165. Do you need a payment plan on that or time to pay?
We could do a payment plan. I could do a payment plan.
Sure. I'll put you on a payment plan for $33 a month. The first payment will start the 26th of January. So it gives you a month to get ready for that to kick in. And then now in the meantime, we'll mail you a copy of that payment plan. It just basically has the breakdown of the dates. So you'll have a January, February, March, April, May, boom, you're done. And you'll be everything taken care of. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Have a blessed New Year.
You as well.
Mr. Schaffer?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Schaffer, there is an invitation for you to join breakout room 8. So your court-appointed attorney will be in there. There we go.
Over some water. God, some Burger King water. I cannot make this shit.
Going on. People versus Schaffer. Mr. Schaffer. Looks like we are going to adjourn this matter for discovery. You'll be getting a new date in the mail. Mr. Schaffer?
Yes.
All right, you'll be getting, there's an order granting discovery. I am going to sign that. And you'll be getting your new date in the mail for the settlement conference, all right?
Okay, appreciate
it. Have a good New Year.
You too.
This person does not respond. Keep calling.
We don't respond.
No, they're in the breakout room.
All right, what's the name of that one?
Elizabeth Holcomb.
We'll hold it right here until we figure it out.
Yeah, Holcomb's on
I
the
gotta
phone.
read
Oh,
that.
yeah, she is on.
People versus Nicholson.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Nicholson. And it looks like we are going to be adjourning this, see if the victim appears at the settlement conference. So you're gonna be getting a new date for the settlement conference.
Okay.
And in the meantime, stay safe. Have a blessed New Year.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Holcomb? Elizabeth Holcomb? Elizabeth Holcomb? Elizabeth Holcomb? Ms. Holcomb?
It's just a case you don't know.
She's on her phone. It's busy. Mr. Gazicki,
Yes, Your Honor.
there is a phone number. I'm gonna hang Miss Holcomb up.
Okay,
So I'm going to chat you that phone number.
okay.
Miss Holcomb? Miss Holcomb. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you get ready to type that in, and then I'm gonna, because I called it just to check, and it is busy, so she must be on the phone, but maybe she's away from the phone. Miss Holcomb?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go
I'll try
ahead.
that number, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and remove her now.
Okay.
So you go ahead and hit send or call. That's why I need my mug. You're muted, Judge. Miss Holcomb?
Yes, it is.
All right, Ms. Holcomb, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room with your attorney, Mr. Gazicki, okay?
Okay.
All righty. Session. Ms. Holcomb?
Yes.
All right, this is case 232400. 2400, that's cool. People of the city of Taylor versus Elizabeth Holcomb. Mr. Gazicki.
James
What?
Gazicki on behalf of Ms. Holcomb, waive reading of the complaint, stay on mute. Requesting an adjournment, Your Honor, so I could evaluate the lab report with the medication she's receiving.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, so we are going to adjourn this. We'll set this for a settlement conference. And do we need an order for discovery?
No, Your Honor, I have the lab report and I got a list of her medications. I just don't know what the effects are of her medication.
Sure, okay, I
Okay.
see that. All right, very good. And I see that there is a list in here. Mr. Gazicki, do you need a copy? Or
I
did
took
you
my
make a
notes,
copy?
Your Honor. I took my notes. I made notes.
Very good. All right, very good. All right, so Ms. Holcomb, you will be receiving your notice in the mail for when that settlement conference will be. And in the
Okay.
meantime, stay safe and have a blessed New Year.
Okay.
All right, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye.
All right.
Yes.
All right, I don't see anybody else in the thing, so. Following individual, I'll just wait until, it actually doesn't matter. The following individuals failed to appear, and I'm going to issue a bench warrant for their arrest. Renee Burgess, Dominic Foster, Dinaja Foy, Adolfo Gonzales, Deante Hales, James Harrison, Jelnar Kadora, Frederick Knox Lawrence, Amanda Lee, Sydney Lee, Chanel Lewis, Douglas Caffey, Michael McClendon, Vincent Scheisler, Pierre Smith, Chastity Taylor, Joseph Young. And that brings us to the 10:30 docket, which we're just waiting on those individuals. Those are all civil infractions. So, Mr. Kazicki, have a great weekend. Happy New Year, sir.